Training a martial art does not make you tough, nor does it mean you should bully people or push on them how tough you think you are. That's not what martial arts is. That's not what it's ever going to be. So you better just stop that. Hey guys, I want to talk about martial arts. It's been a while since I just got a chance to sit down and talk about my love and the beauty of martial arts. And all of them. I enjoy every aspect of it, all the different styles, from boxing to Muay Thai, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, karate, judo, taekwondo, you know, everything under all those umbrellas. And there's a lot of styles within each of those styles, and they're all beautiful. They all serve their purpose. Now, your opinion on which one's better than the other is going to be just that. It's your opinion. In the end, though, there's not going to be anything wrong with anyone in specifically, as long as you have the right mind going in. Let me tell you what I mean by that. For the most part, majority of people go into a martial art class training because they want to learn how to defend themselves. Now, whether that be you have low self-esteem, you're being bullied around, you watched it on TV and you were just curious, or you fantasize on fighting in your head and what you think would happen. You walk into a martial arts school for your reason. And it's important that you remember that reason as you start to go through the classes, through the training, because martial arts is tough. It's extremely physically demanding, and it is a sport. If you're looking to compete, it is that. And as far as it goes, it hit people. It's physical. It's contact. And a lot of people like to train the martial arts to learn how to do it, but a lot of people don't like to actually get hit, and they never actually really want to fight. I'd say 90% of people that train a martial art or do any form of combat don't ever want to compete, don't ever want to use it. They do it to enhance their confidence and to learn how to, just in case they have to protect themselves or protect their family. And that's beautiful. That really is what martial arts should be for. Martial arts is definitely a mindset, a spirituality. It's you learning a little bit more about yourself and learning how to fulfill your potential. Mentally, emotionally, physically. These are all elements of martial arts, not just the actual impact combat of it. And with the popularity of competition with combat sports such as UFC, boxing, of course, has always been there, with all the other organizations that are promoting combat, people can absolutely tend to get the wrong idea, especially the youth. People that maybe weren't born and raised and grew up in a traditional martial arts environment, or just had the honor and respect of understanding what you're doing, and you're there to actually learn something, not just the physical, again, but for also the emotional capacity of it. So I just want to talk about the respect aspect of martial arts. It gets lost. It gets lost a lot. I've been training martial arts a long time. I myself am a student, always will be. I teach it, I learn it at the same time. It's good to do that. And every time I'm in the training room, I'm humble. And I'm humble for many reasons. I'm humble because I've gotten to where I'm at by listening to my coach, by showing up, by doing the work, by making the mistakes, by struggling, by having good days, by having bad days. And as you progress up the ranks in your specific martial arts, there's always going to be newer students that are coming in, looking up to you in a sense. And it's important to take that responsibility and wear it as a badge of honor. But making sure that that badge of honor you're putting out is a reflection of the positive aspects of it. You don't want to be the person that has a new student come in and you want to put your ego on them to show them how good you are, how awesome you are. That's not what martial arts is. Martial arts is to help others, uplifting. Helping people that are struggling like you once did and currently probably still are. There's always somebody bigger and badder than you. You ain't the baddest dude or the baddest girl in the room. And if you are, you need to enhance that room so that way you remind yourself about day one that you're never going to always be you're never going to be the best. You're never always going to be the worst. As long as you're progressing and helping others and being a good person, and you'll always be happy training in martial arts, any of them, any form of it. Again, whether you're competing or not, you're competing with your mind telling you can't do something. and you're proving your mind wrong, but you're proving yourself and your heart and determination right, as long as you just show up. But again, don't be the person that wants to be tough and cool, show everybody how good you are. Nobody's going to care, okay? Nobody cares if you have an ego. All right? Your skill set's going to go on deaf ears and blind eyes if you're pushing yourself the wrong way. And I've had training partners like that show up to train and to win. We're not there to beat each other in the training room. We're there to help each other expose our own mistakes, help each other to patch up those holes and to get better with everything. If you're not that kind of training partner, you need to reevaluate yourself before you go back into that gym, before you go back into that dojo. You need to give the respect and honor to your teacher, your coach, to your fellow students. The camaraderie in the gym depends on everybody being in sync together, having the same goal of being better. There's going to be others that are better than others, that excel faster than others. You're not better than your peers and your students. You just excelled in an element faster than they did. That doesn't make you a better fighter, okay? That doesn't make you a better student. You need to take that area where you're excelling and help others to excel, okay? Be a good student, be a good teammate. Because if you are, you're going to have a lot more fun while you're training. You're going to have a lot more fun on those bad days. And we all have those bad days. You just need to leave the ego on the curb, all right? Don't go into training, especially if you're new, expecting to try to win and get mad at yourself when you don't. Because if you're going to a real school with real training and you've never trained before, you're going to be humbled. Oh yes, you're going to be humbled. Trust me. You may be a bad dude or a bad girl on the street or amongst your circle of friends, but when you go into a room of trained, combative athletes, you're going to learn. All right? And if you don't think you're going to learn, then you might as well as just get it over with now and walk into that gym, be humble so you can come back ready to learn and soak in all of the knowledge that's coming from your instructor, coming from the experienced students. And I learn all the time from people with less experience than me. So just because somebody has been doing it a lesser time doesn't mean you can't learn off of them. So every time you're training, you're sparring, you're in your role, you're doing your drills, keep your eyes open no matter who the training partner is, better, not as good as you, more experienced, less experienced, because you're going to learn something as long as you allow yourself to. And that's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to stay fun. It's going to keep you motivated. Again, don't bring an ego into the gym. Nobody's impressed. It benefits nobody. Your coach sure as heck doesn't want you to have an ego. Respect. You know, just have respect. When you show up to class, show up prepared to learn, prepared to give your best. Just show up. Now, whether you show up in time to do the warm-ups or just after them to start training is another conversation. And you know what I mean if you train a martial art. You know, my personal recommendation, don't skip the warm-ups. We warm up for a reason. Those drills, they're creating muscle memory for the martial art you're doing. And anyways, so make sure that you're showing up and you're training. You're doing your best. You're putting in the effort. You'll be proud of yourself every day you leave if you really can tell yourself you gave maximum effort in that training room that day. That you were able to help somebody that maybe needed your help. So if you're training a martial art, it's just going to be important that you remember day one, because the respect that you give and get is unlike anything else. It's a brotherhood, a sisterhood that just can't be replicated. It can't even be explained. I have relationships with some of my teammates that I have never experienced with certain friends or family members. And it's not because I don't like them more or less. It's just a different relationship that you get with them. And you know it. If you're doing it, you understand what I'm saying. Explaining it to somebody else is a little bit more challenging. And if you train a martial art and you're really into it and it's something that's become a part of your life, it's very difficult for the others around you that don't train to understand why you love it so much. We all have those friends that don't train and don't care when we're telling them all these awesome things we're learning and doing and how proud we are and passionate about it. And they're just sitting there on their phone saying, oh, that's cool, man. That's why I think we have those relationships with our teammates that are just going to always be different than of those with our long-term friends or family members. Just stay humble. Martial arts it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The physical part of it, the emotional part of it, the mental part of it, the spiritual aspect of it, they're all hand in hand. You need to learn and grow and accept every element of martial arts. Don't just show up to learn how to fight. You're not going to get as good as you could be if you're not opening your mind to embracing all elements of martial arts. All right? You're going to learn how to fight, okay? It's going to happen. You're going to learn that. Don't worry. Don't rush that process. You go into the training room, your coach has you starting at a specific day for a reason. Trust in your coach. If you don't trust your coach, leave that gym. And it's either because you're not ready to be coached or that coach just wasn't for you. And that's okay. That's okay if the person isn't for you. But if the martial art is what you want to learn, just make sure you're coachable. Make sure you're going in with an open mind and ready to learn, okay? It's important. As a coach, as a student, I understand both aspects of it. And you need to be humble on both ends. Coaches, you need to also make sure you have the patience with your students. You better not be handpicking either. Don't put more time into those that are doing better than others just because maybe they're going to be your superstar you put in the ring that brings you attention. All right, don't do that. You're going to have students that excel, and they're going to do better. They're going to compete, and they're going to bring notoriety to your gym, and they're going to make you look good. That's fine. But don't put the other students that are paying the same monthly rate, that are trying just as hard, maybe just not as gifted, but they're going to get better under your guidance. Do not put them second. You need to treat everybody the same. Everybody needs to get the same attention. The ones that show up are showing up for a reason. Don't let them down, coach. Do not let your students down. They depend on you. Vice versa. Students, don't let your coach down. If you're showing up, they're giving you everything that they've got, everything they've learned over the years. Take advantage of it and just don't waste their time. All right? Everybody's there to get better. We need you. We need you as a teammate. We need you there to give your best to help everybody else become better. And I hope you are, students, coaches, because martial arts is wonderful and it helps everybody from the youth to the elderly. It's for everybody. So let's just be doing it together and let's grow together. And I just can't wait to see you guys on the mat.